Hi everyone, this is Ashish Kyal here. Welcome again to Elliott Wave News channel by Ashish Kyal Trading Gurukul, a learning series by wavestrategy.com, and it's a fantastic evening. This is Friday at 4 again. I am sure many of you who have been with me over past many months, you are already being enjoying the sessions and you are using it as a learning platform. This is very important for us because you need to understand this is a learning platform. I'm not recommending anything here. Whatever you are doing and acting is out of your own understanding. You need to refer back to the research subscriptions that we do. That is going to give you an insight into what exactly I think and what is the actual wave pattern and technical structure of the market. So this Friday at 4 is a free webinar. Again, I'm repeating, this is from learning perspective. There is no recommendation here. And we are SEBI registered research analyst. Okay, fantastic. And it has been a wonderful week. And last week we discussed about where do you think Nifty is headed, and we did get 64%, if I remember correctly, on the buy side. Is it? Can you let me know? 64%. Is it on the buy side? Yes, and 6438. You will not believe, anyone who attended the Saturday webinar. We did fabulous on a Saturday. There was a huge response, and we were houseful on Saturday itself for 2 hours of webinar that we did, which was meant for the people who attended that day. The sentiments changed, shifted to nearly around 70% and more. If you are looking, if you are attending this webinar on YouTube live, you need to ensure that you subscribe to the alert button at the bottom of the YouTube, so you keep getting alerts for the webinars, for the videos that we release. If you find it interesting, please do share it across, and you can comment there on the YouTube as well. So you can post your on the chat, you can post it there. If you want to follow me on Twitter for sure, because there are a lot of things I'm doing on the Twitter. I'll just share across very quickly. I'll share my screen with you and you can clearly see. So before I move on forward, guys, tomorrow is the MOTA session starting. Master of Technical Analysis starts tomorrow at 10 a.m. Many of you already in this webinar are registered, and I'm excited to talk about Nifty, looking at Nifty with you all for 2 days and complete 12 hours of session. So if you can imagine, in 30 minutes, we discuss so many things. In 12 hours, how much of learning will happen. And I am going to be sharing a lot of things. We will form post this to the MOTA. We will form a Telegram group for people registered for the BMW program. If you have not already done that, you can simply go forward on the website wavestrategy.com. Here is the banner. You'll get all the information. My Telegram link is there. Where you can register for the event tomorrow and day after, and that's a fantastic. Indrajit, I'm looking forward to speaking with you tomorrow and day after as well. No tools required raise for the event. You just need to be attentive to what I'm going to discuss. You need to be there with complete attention, so sleep well. It's going to be a lot of practical session, looking at a lot of pitfalls that traders fall into, and we are going to look at how to trade the markets right at the crucial juncture where we belong right now. Okay, so we are going to be doing that. Before we move on further, in case you have any queries, you can visit wavestrategy.com or write on or call us on 99204 22202. Here is the Twitter handle. You should go and like the Twitter handle. Will it be via Zoom? Yes, we are going to do it via Zoom. It's not yet banned, and it seems that there is no risk to anything. So we will do it via Zoom as of now. And if you go and check over here on the Twitter handle, you can see I have posted just 2 days back. Can you look at that chart right now, which is on the screen? Can you see that chart? I will zoom it for you. Can you see that channel? I'm going to be doing it for you. Can you see that channel? Okay, isn't it amazing? Are you able to see the channel that I have drawn on Nifty over here? So it's that amazing channel. It's still there. So I would like you to follow on Twitter, because I keep posting a lot of things there. And the Telegram, aka Trading Gurukul, is the Telegram link. I'm extremely excited. Before we move on further, I'm excited to share across one new platform that we have launched as a true Gurukul, and you can see it over here. This is aktradinggurukul.com, or you can go to aktradinggurukul.wavestrategy.com. It's one and the same. So if you just punch in aktradinggurukul.com, you will be taken to this page, which will explain about, so this is complete learning platform. There is nothing apart from learning over here, and about the videos, the webinars, all of these things will come here. You can see it, newsletters, and lot of learning. So we are going to go do a lot of things here. You can go here and subscribe to this link. I'll just share across, so you can simply go and subscribe to AK Trading Gurukul, because what I'm planning to do is to post all my webinars under this one platform, and this is going to give you access to a lot of free resources apart from the paid ones, which you are going to see. So there is a free sign up. You can sign in, get access to a free 15 minutes of video, which is there right now. The content is still not ready, but we are going to do a lot of stuff on this platform. So I'm excited to share across, and I hope it's going to be a good platform for learning. A lot of webinars will be put across here, free webinars, which you can get access to. A lot of updation is going to happen on this site. So you can definitely do that. If you want access to the Elliott Wave videos, it's already live. You can just simply go there, enroll yourself. You get a 15 minutes preview. If you think it's going to be useful for you, you can simply go there and then get the Elliott Wave videos, which is nearly 17 lessons, and this is a 6 hours of Elliott Wave video. Okay, so that's about this platform, and I hope you also enjoy it, and keep sharing your feedback and suggestions, if any, about this, because we are going to go big on this platform very soon. Okay, let's move on further now. Let me stop the screen sharing, and we are going to launch the poll. Okay, just give me 1 second, and we will see how the polling takes place. You can see me today, I'm in casuals. I thought it's always better to be changing the style with the markets. The markets are not coming down for sure. It's going down, but only drifting higher. If you remember the levels, what were the levels we discussed last time? What were the target levels we discussed? Anyone can share across, please? Anyone can share across? Okay, Pawan, thank you very much. We did share across with Pawan the Elliott Wave videos, and he really loved it. I'm sure, Pawan, thanks for your view. And 11,150 to 11,200 is what we discussed. Is it the levels we discussed, talked about last time? 11,200, around that zone. Where is Nifty closed this week? Can you tell me what is the exact close of Nifty this week? It's exactly at 11,194. Isn't that brilliant? So the entire session that we do on Friday at 4 is to empower each one of you. So my mission and vision is empowering the trader with the tools so that they can trade systematically, understanding the risk that they are facing. Always remember, it's a game of probability. There is no certainty in the markets. If you don't understand the risk, you shouldn't be playing the game. If you understand the risk, you will understand that you need to use a stop loss in this kind of a market. Also, very importantly, it's not an easy market to trade. For intraday, yes, there are opportunities, but positionally, it's not an easy market to trade. The move of last 500 points on Nifty has been extremely tricky. It has been tricky because it opens with a gap up, rushes to the upside, consolidates for the rest of the day without much move on the downside, and then again went all the way up. So that becomes very tricky. Can someone tell me, today Nifty closed only by 21 points negative? If you looked at it very carefully, Nifty closed only by 21 points negative. If you are a trader with observation, you should also know number of stocks that were advancing on Nifty were how many? Instantaneous. I want you to tell you right now, how many stocks advanced on Nifty 50 today's session? How many stocks? No, not nil. How can it be nil if Nifty is only 20 points down? 7 stocks were positive. 7 stocks were positive. On Nifty 50, out of 57 stocks were positive, 43 stocks were negative. Now that is some observation that you need to make. The entire rally of Nifty from 7,500, yes, 7,500 from March, from the low form from March, April, from those levels. Reliance Industries, I yesterday shared it I think on the Telegram group. If not, I will share on my Telegram, aka Trading Gurukul Telegram link. Reliance Industries contributed nearly 900 points on Nifty. Okay, now that is a very important information. HDFC Bank contributed nearly around 500 points. HDFC Twins contributed nearly around 700, 800 points, if I'm not mistaken. So 1600 points of rally on Nifty came from 3 stocks. I don't deny the rise. What I'm saying is the rally had been on a lesser and lesser number of stocks participating on the upside. Now that is a very important information, because if lesser number of stocks participating on the upside, the conviction for you to be on the long side will reduce. Next, can you tell me what is the Nifty price to earning ratio right now? What is the Nifty price to earning ratio right now? 29. It has crossed 29. Okay. When was the last time you saw Nifty price to earning ratio crossing 29 level? I don't remember it. When was the last time you saw Nifty price to earning ratio crossing 29 level? Now that is a very important information that again you need to keep a watch on. And if you understand this very clearly, you will know we are in a bubble territory by looking at the price to earning ratio. Okay, we are in a bubble territory by looking at price to earning ratio. Nifty had price to earning ratio of around 29 levels again in the period way back before the fall started in January 2020. Absolutely, whatever your name is 56BA, you're absolutely right. So the price to earning ratio, so let me share across that chart with you right now, where I'm seeing price to earning ratio of Nifty. Now this is a very interesting information for me. Let me just share across with you. Okay, here is the chart of price to earning ratio, and I'm trusting they are doing it correctly. I'm absolutely fine with that. Okay, Darpan, great to see you here. A lot of people from the mentorship batch, you are really excited to see these charts. The price to earning ratio was this level before the crash. Can you see that? Are you able to see my screen? Guys, I want it to be an interactive session. As you know, we want to make it a learning platform, and you have to participate. That's a mandate if you want to attend this free webinar. So can you see Nifty crashing down with price to earning ratio on the downside? Isn't that amazing? The blue line that you see here on this chart is price to earning ratio. With the blue line, you can clearly see we are back to this territory. And that's a very, very interesting observation. We are in some very, very important zone right now on Nifty price to earning ratio. So this is one information which will tell you if you are long on if you want to go long on stocks from investment perspective, you have to be very, very selective right now. Okay, you have to be very selective right now if you want to go long on stocks from investment perspective. From trading perspective, you can still buy, you can still look at this, but this is a very important chart which we shared across on last week's 2 hours of Saturday webinar. I'm planning to share across that 2 hours of Saturday webinar. Do you want access to that? Do you think that was useful for people who attended it? Do you think that was useful? If that was useful, I am going to upload the Saturday webinar of last Saturday. This is a past webinar on the platform AK Trading Gurukul over here and give free access to that. Okay, so please go there, free sign up, sign in, register yourself, and we will give you free access to that. Yes, it's going to take me some time to get on and get it going. So ensure you are on that platform. My team will share across even on the YouTube the links so that you don't miss it out. Okay, so that's the platform. It might not be easily searchable right now. We are still doing a lot of stuff on that. Okay, let's move on to the Nifty charts right now. But before we do that, here comes the famous polling that we want to see, and we are launching the poll. What is the Nifty trend? You see it from this week to next Friday. Is it going to be up or is it going to be down by next Friday closing? Participate in the poll. Are you seeing the poll over here? Yes or no? And people who are watching on live on YouTube, you can simply support up or down. So we will know that you are posting it there. Guys, I'm also going to start a polling on the Telegram, and we will see on the Telegram also. So post this webinar, we will do a polling on Telegram. Let's see how the sentiments are there on the Telegram. We have a huge number of subscribers on the Telegram also, Telegram channel, so you can do it there from there as well. Okay, let's just see. That's interesting. That is very interesting, guys. We are yet to see the polling from where. Any guesses this time? Any guesses? I'm not sure if you people are becoming more and more learned, more and more intelligent and smart traders. I'm not sure. Okay, so what's the expectation? How many of you, what's the expectation? How much you are expecting is the up move is going to be? 50-50, that's a doji. Okay, and so maximum 70 up to 30 down. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, 60 to 40. Let's see, just see. I'm going to share across the poll. I'm going to end it. There are few votes still pending, guys. Keep voting across so that we know how many are up and how many are down. So that's going to be very interesting. Let's just end the poll now, and it is 35% up to 64, 36% up to 64% down. Now that's a very interesting study. 64% on the downside is what people are expecting. We still have few votes to receive, but it will be biased if I ask them to vote now. So let me share across the results with you all. Can you see the results right now? Are you able to see the results? Isn't that fantastic? We have an amazing polling which shows that we have 36% on the upside. Now this is something I was not expecting this. I thought more number of people will be bullish since the market rallied, but sentiments are something which is extremely difficult to gauge at times, and Elliott wave helps us to do that very well. So that's fantastic, guys. Very interesting. It's after a long time I am saying Nifty sentiment is 36% up only and 64% down. So my view, if you remember my view, it has been what? Buy on dips. I stay with my view even now. The view remains buy on dips. Nothing has changed as of now unless the support level breaks, but I am looking at it as a topping process, as a distribution going on right now on Nifty. That is how it's looking like. And Bank Nifty has underperformed drastically even today. SBI down by nearly 3% if I'm not mistaken. Bank Nifty was underperforming throughout the day, and we know for sure what's driving the index higher. It's Reliance Industries. Anyone looked at Reliance and Tesla chart? Anyone looked at the Reliance and Tesla chart? I am not sure if I have it right now with me, but I shared it across again on the Telegram group. If not, I'll just make a note and I'll share that chart with you. Tesla, a US motor company, has shown skyrocket rise with PE quoting around 400, and still it continuing to rise, and Reliance chart looks very similar to that. Okay, it's a parabolic rise. Absolutely, Sunil, I completely agree with you. Okay, and it's fantastic. Let's just move on further to the Nifty chart and start seeing where do we think Nifty is headed for the coming week. Let's just try and look at and understand that. Okay, so let me just minimize the polling now and look at the Nifty chart. Let me move myself away from the screen. Can you see the Nifty chart right now? This is a daily Nifty chart. And where do we stand on the wall of Nifty? We are standing on the wall. Can you see that? This is the chart we discussed last Saturday as well, that Nifty is at the wall, a zone that is very crucial. Where do we stand in that zone? Do you remember? We discussed this chart last time, and we talked about why Nifty is at the wall. That is the words that I used, that Nifty is at the wall. And this is the reason why we talked about it. So let me just annotate it for you why this zone is so important. Okay, just give me a second and let us try and understand. Can you see this? Where are we right now? So if you look at this, and if you look at the overall movement of Nifty, we are right now in this zone. This is the area which actually resulted a huge amount of pause. This was the area, again a pause, and we are right now in this zone. What is interesting is this width is taken out with one candle right now, and consolidation is happening above at this level. I am keeping a very close watch. If it manages to sustain above this zone and close a weekly close above this zone, this rally is extending further if it manages. So okay, we are at a very important juncture right now, and that's a very important level where we have closed this week. We have not seen a single close below the prior lows for some time. Are you understanding the chart here? We have not seen a single close below the prior lows. But what is important for me is we are entering into a cycle reversal area. So we have entered into a cycle reversal area. How do we derive in this kind of a market? Is it fine if we are buy on dips? Are you with me? I want everyone to be saying the same thing. Then it's objective webinar, right? Is it buy on dips market right now? Because we have not yet seen a single support being taken out. Now, what are the support levels on Nifty? Let's just look at those supports in a very simplistic fashion. See, looking at chart is not always Elliott wave. At times you have to be very logical, very simplistic, Dow theory method, and you can probably know the best and trade the best at those times. Can I say this low is important? Can I say this low is important? Can I say this low is important? These are pivot lows. Can I say this low is also important? Okay, this is an important level. This is an important level. Now, for someone who is a trader, he might say this level is 10,500. How the hell we are going to trade? By that time, everything is going to go topsy-turvy. Agreed. So who said you have to ride every move? Probably if Nifty comes down, let it come down, let it bounce back, and then let it break this level. That's the entry for the short side. But unless that happens, if you try catching a top every time, you are going to be miserable seeing the markets going up, and you not only missing the ride, but also losing money because you are on the short side. Okay, case in point, I don't want to confuse you. What I want to say is a simple chart. If you look at it like a Dow theory, you will see each of these lows are not yet taken out. So these are all the important levels that you see on the Nifty. The next thing that you can do is simply connect the trend lines, the lower trend lines. You will get an earlier signal. Connect the upper trend line. Let me take a trend line here and connect the upper trend line, and let's see what it is suggesting to us right now. Let's just connect and check where do we stand right now. It's a very interesting chart. We are at the cusp of the wall, cusp of the upper trend line and cycles. So we are at a very important level right now. Okay, if I zoom in, the chart will change. So it's a very important level. It looks like a wedge for sure. I'm ignoring this island over here. It's like an outlier to me. Nothing, it didn't make much of a difference anyways. We are at the cusp. So now you tell me what are the targets for you on Nifty, and what do you think Nifty will head from here on for the next week? What do you think is the target? Do we derive the targets here? Yes, we derive it every time. We derive the targets on this webinar Friday at 4. If this is your first webinar, you might not know. 11,500 is what you are saying as the target. I'm going to be differing from you all this time. If you ask me this time, I am not sure. Okay, if you ask me this time, my answer to you is I am not sure if it is headed to 11,500. We are right now at a cusp of a very important level. There is a possibility if we move down here, then yes, we might be headed to 11,300. Okay, that's if we move down and then goes back up. But I would not be surprised if suddenly we open gap down and the market reverses. If that happens, do not be surprised and shocked. Also, do not be surprised and shocked if we open 100 points gap up and the market goes like a mania. These kind of moves happen either in a mania or before the collapse. And that is why I've been constantly saying we are in a cusp of the wall, and you have to be very careful right now. This, if it has to jump, it has to do it on Monday. If it can't jump on a Monday and goes back down, breaking the low of past 4 days, then we might again consolidate or probably reverse, again taking majority by surprise. Okay, that's a very important observation that you have to keep a watch on. I'll be sharing this chart across on my Twitter handle at the rate Kailashish. So ensure you are going to be there. Okay. I'm not asking you to be out of positions. I'm not asking you to go short. I'm not asking you to go long. What I'm telling you is markets are at a very important juncture. And on Monday morning, I'm going to give some key levels in my morning research report, the financial wave short-term update, which is published daily, where you will get an understanding of what are the levels below which Nifty will go bearish and what are the levels above which Nifty will go bullish. So ensure you get access to that research for any kind of understanding on this thing. And Bank Nifty is again at a very, very important juncture right now. Before we move on further, I'm going to launch another poll today to understand what will you be interested to attend the BMW program that we have launched right now. So there are the programs which is Master of Technical Analysis, which is coming tomorrow and day after, and we have Master of Waves, which is happening in August, and then we have BMW is what I call, and then we have a mentorship program, which is probably going to, it's one is ongoing right now. We might have another one in October or November. It's just under review. So please ensure you mention your understanding. Will you like to attend tomorrow's program? 12 hours of session. If you look at this chart, you can understand so much. If you combine this, simply understand, if you combine this along with the moving average, along with an RSI, along with the advanced decline line and price action theory with candlestick, your understanding is going to go skyrocket. Trust me on that. Your accuracy is going to go skyrocket. That is what I am talking about. Okay, it's very important for you to understand that if we are at 29 or P ratio and the coming quarter, I'm not the fundamentalist guy, but if the coming quarter is going to be again washed away, what will happen to the earnings if prices keep climbing and the earnings going down? It's going to be very, very important. You will get invite. PK, you have registered, fantastic. Do not worry, you will get the invite today itself. You will get the invite and how to join the session. We are also going to be recording that MOTA session, which will be made available on AK Trading Gurukul platform for a week. You can access it. We will do it, and there will be discussions there. You can take the notes, you can write, you can discuss. There will be webinars, a lot of things I'm planning to do. So that's going to be a very interesting information you will have, because we are launching an online Gurukul as well. Let me end the poll, and let me just check if there are any Q&As right now. I hope you understood what we want to suggest in this session, and you are understanding that. Okay, let me just check a Q&A, few questions I can take right now. 8 positive stocks, yes, there was 7. P ratio is about 29, but the major correction came only after a period of 8 to 9 months. So should we wait for that long of next major correction? Wilson, a very brilliant question. P ratio touched 29, it then dragged, it again went to 29 above in January 2020, and then we crashed. Is it going to happen that way? We don't know. So P ratio will tell you that we are in a very important zone. It does not tell you whether it's going to go down tomorrow or it's going to go down after a week or after 10 days. It's nowhere going to tell you that. So P ratio gives you an alert, a warning sign that we are looking at. If you want to time the market, you need to use time cycles. And I've been using time cycles across daily chart, weekly, monthly, to write 5 minutes chart, and it has worked fabulous in timing the market. In fact, if you remember my last webinar, we said on last Thursday about how the Nifty is going to behave based on the cycles. So that was fantastic. And Nifty breaches the wall, P go up further. How can it continue to rise? Chandrasekhar Vaidya, a very classic question. How can it continue to rise? Who said markets are rational? It's the sentiment of us, you and me and the crowd which drives the market up or down. And sentiments are not rational. The emotions are not rational, right? These are the things that represents an emotional outcome of the crowd. And that is not rational. You can't really rationalize it. The only thing that you can do is probabilize it, which means on the basis of probability, you know how much it's going to go up or down. And how do you measure that probability? By the lens of Elliott wave, because that tells you where do we belong on the address of the market until where can it go. So that's about Elliott wave for forecasting. But for reactive methods and confirmation, I use everything in technical analysis that I can. I hope that answers it. Are you still bullish Nifty 29 when next to 6 to 9 months earnings is going to be disastrous? Not from investment perspective, but specific stock, yes, I am bullish. Maybe pharma, IT is something that can be looked at. But from trading perspective, what difference does it make? Nifty PE can go to 30, 31, 32. We have seen how irrational markets can be, and that's what we are seeing right now. What is a cycle suggesting 55 days? Arvind, I'll mention that in the daily morning research. Please refer that. View on Reliance is going to be published in the Monday morning for sure. So refer that. RSI divergence on Nifty 1 hourly chart? Possibly yes. Interest rates world over all-time low. They have a huge role to play in valuation. So don't you think comparing earlier PE hikes current to current one would be wrong? Jai Patel, you are right if you think this way. But remember, every time the PE ratio touches this level, there will be some logical reasoning to explain it. Go back to 2000 bubble burst, the new economy, IT boom, and the world expected of IT stocks, P ratio justified at 100, 150. It corrected for 10 years. Okay, so you can't justify even if it's a new economy. Things don't change, really. Right now, any view on INR? I can do that. There are a lot of questions. I will not be able to take all of these. We are running out of time. And Bank Nifty targets again in the Monday morning research. So please refer that research report. Fantastic, guys. It's a very interesting evening, very interesting charts we shared across right now. Anyone who would like to register for the not mentorship, maybe mentorship or MOTA sessions, you can simply go on the wavestrategy.com and register directly from there. So do ensure you go there, click on this banner, and you will get all the details on how to go about that BMW. So the targets for next week, I am not having any targets for next week right now, because what I am looking at is Nifty on a Monday, which is the most important day that we have to keep a watch on. We are standing at a cusp. If it has to go up, it will go like a mania. I'm not fighting the trend. There is no reversal confirmations. I would expect you not to fight this trend right now. Okay, I will mention these charts on the Telegram and my Twitter handle. So do that and register on the AK Trading Gurukul website. Over here, we will upload our MOTA sessions. Who are registering for the BMW program, they will get access on this so that they can go through it. They can start a discussion, discuss on a common topics, and a lot of things will happen from the learning perspective. That's it from my side, and have a wonderful time. Nifty has climbed the wall of worry, but now it stands on the edge of the cliff. If I am looking at it from that way, it just needs a push, and it can be on the either side right now. And it's a very important information for you from this webinar. Thanks a lot. Have a wonderful time. Stay safe. The COVID cases have been crazy, and I hope you do not go out. Stay and protect yourself. It seems like Nifty is going to come down with the COVID counts. It's going to come down, and it's climbing along with the COVID counts. That's a very interesting socioeconomic study altogether. Let's see how it pans out from here on. Have a wonderful weekend. And I am seeing many of you tomorrow for that sessions. So many of you are here, Indrajit, Arvind, who have been with me for quite some time and attending tomorrow's session. So you are going to simply love it. Thanks a lot and enjoy your day.